I don't care what you do, if you work in an office, if you work in a garage, if you work in your house, keeping your space clean is like the ultimate way to start your day. Like coming out to the garage this morning and having it be like spotless and clean was like the ultimate feeling. Anyways, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. At this point, you know what the motor is for the Civic. We have it chilling right beside us. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be painting the engine bay. So I kept telling you guys I wanna do this. I gave you guys a vote on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me there, you miss out on certain things like being able to vote for colors, for instance. So you guys voted on a color that I never would have chose. I actually thought you guys would have chose something way different. I was kind of surprised, but the majority of the votes were actually for this color. So I was like, whatever, if that's what you guys want. I picked the sickest variation of this color I could find. You guys voted for it, and I was like, not really what I was going for, but if that's what you guys want to see, I'm gonna do it Robbie style. So what I'm gonna be doing is I need to completely gut this engine bay. By gut, I just mean I need to take everything out of it. All the wiring harnesses, everything that's in here basically needs to come out. Everything on the firewall needs to come forward so we have access to that. Which is kind of not really going to be that fun, and what I'm going to do too is I bought enough of the paint that I can do the valve cover on the motor too. So whoever tried to paint this thing last did an absolutely horrendous job. It is scratched and it sucks ass and it looks horrible. So this might be a task in itself, trying to get this cleaned up properly. But once I do, it's gonna look really, really good, especially with the matching engine bay. Before we get started with anything, I have something very cool I want to show you guys. We actually have to go pick it up right now. It's so weird how cold starts sound like farts, but as soon as it idles down, it's just like super deep and nice. Days where I pick up merch are honestly some of like the absolute best days ever. Like, you guys are gonna love, I hope you guys are gonna love what's in these boxes. There's actually more quantity in this run of merch than I've ever done before, but it's just a small item, so it doesn't look like there's a lot. Whoa, 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 what is this? What are you? Box 1 looks mangled, but 2, I didn't order it. Oh, I know what this is. All right, so let me show you guys quickly what we picked up. Oh, you can't even see them. That was a horrible unboxing. Boys, I'm so stoked on this. Generally, I wear hats, and everybody's always like, Robbie, stop wearing a hat. Like, you don't need to wear a hat all the time. I like to. That's what I do. I don't know. I just wear hats. It's something I do. So I got 2 hats made because I figured if I'm gonna always wear a hat, I may as well have some committed hats. So these are dad hats. These are exactly like the one I'm wearing right now. And when I say dad hat, I essentially mean that this is soft. It's not hard. So I got 2 sets of hats. I got these dad hats that just have the simple committed crew stitched on the front, nice and clean. Honestly, I really love it. And then I got a second color, which is this like khaki color, which is honestly inspired 100% by this Jay's hat that I wear in every single video. I love the coloring, how it's just kind of like sleekly slips into itself. And so I was like, I gotta get that done. So we got this khaki one with the khaki lettering, just like super slick. And we got the same thing for those guys who don't really like the same tone hat. We got a nice black one with some white stitching for you guys. And those are gonna be sold in the next couple weeks with the next run of sweaters. We also have another hat coming, but the other hat, it's like a patch hat. Like this one, how this is like a heart and then it's got the patch on it. It won't be in camo, it's gonna be in like 2 different colors, but so once they go live, you guys will have the choice of if you guys would prefer this one or the dad hat. So whenever that one's done and ready, we'll be selling that one as well. But I'm pretty stoked. I'm excited to start doing more than just like one item, because up until now it's been like a t-shirt or a sweater. And I'm excited to actually start growing the committed crew and having like a bunch of options. I don't have a massive plan for this. Pretty much all I know is that everything has to go. I don't want to get paint on anything. I'm gonna take the fenders off. I'm gonna take the hood off. I'm gonna take basically the whole thing apart. As much of the car as I can on the front end, I'm gonna take apart because I want as much access to things, that way I can get it as clean as possible, because one of the biggest things with painting your engine bay and stuff is if you don't get all the grease and you don't get all the crap off, the paint won't stick properly. So I want as much room in here as possible so I can do as good of a job painting it as possible. And we're also gonna do a wire tuck. It's not gonna be a crazy wire tuck. It's not gonna be one of those $1 million show car wire tucks, but I am gonna clean it up quite a bit. I have no idea how yet. I haven't even gotten that far, but I do know it's in the plans. I literally take off the intercooler and 2 headlights and this car looks naked. You are so ugly. Now I gotta figure out how to do these fenders. I know there's like bolts here, but probably gonna have to watch a quick video because I don't know where the rest of the bolts are. Emerson, this sounds like your 240, bro. Oh, got it. Oh, it's ugly in there. So while I'm in here, I'm actually gonna take this entire fender liner out. Pretty much because we've been rubbing on it. If you look up under here, it's all kind of like chewed up. And we're gonna go even wider, which means the wheel's gonna come out even farther. So the center of the wheel is just gonna be always rubbing on this. So there's really no point in even having it anymore. So I'm gonna rip both of these out. Honestly, I think I could probably just pull it right out. Yeah. Look at this one. This is the one from when we did the burnout. All this rubber is melted into the fender liner. Like you can't even rub it off. It's like legit one piece. Not only is this melted and gone, but look at the bubbles on the back, dude. This thing was like melting and bubbling all over the place. Just do something you've never done with your car before. Like I feel like I'm at a body shop right now. Like I have never taken a fender off like that. That's the first time. And it feels great because the more you know about your car, like the more you do this kind of stuff, the more you learn the car, the more you feel comfortable in working on it because you know exactly how it's built. I've been trying to get this, I pooched this by mistake. Getting these stupid little pop tab things out there everywhere on all these wiring harnesses and they're so hard to get. And just get all these guys out of here now. And then I can go back and like pluck those little tabs out of their little holes. Probably the best way to do this is the way I'm doing it, because if I take this all out and there's no way to put it back, like no obvious way to put it back, that means I have to do it myself. And if I'm trying to do a wire tuck, that means that I can just look at it, find the cleanest possible way to put it back, and put it back in the cleanest possible way. So it's almost like forcing myself to do a wire tuck, if that makes sense. So this is all the junk that I'm kind of like most concerned about. Cause like you need to remove it to get to the firewall to paint this, but like it's kind of sketchy. So I'm hoping that if you just like, we're gonna see if you just pull out these bolts, but I'm hoping that they'll, as a unit, just kind of, oh, I forgot one of these clips, where'd it go? Forgot this clip. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Who the hell do you think you are, Robbie? Magician? I mean, like I could bend them, but then I'm worried maybe I'll kink them. You know, like I don't want to bend all these and then have them start kinking and breaking. And so what are we gonna do here? I watched a lot of videos about people bending this and shit, but I'm thinking it might be easier just to take it all apart. Dude, this is taking a lot longer than I expected. I thought we'd be able to like get this done today, like all in a day, like have it painted and everything, which is because I'm way too ambitious and I always think things are gonna go faster than they do. But like, yeah, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. So since I'm obviously only gonna get the prep work done today, I'm basically like, the problem's coming with like these lines that run into here. And then those go directly out here and go to the brakes. So if I undo that line here, I can pull it through. And then those two that are out there are disconnected. And then if I just disconnect the two from the master cylinder here and then the one from the clutch, I could probably just yank out that entire nest as a whole. And at least then it'll go back in as a whole and it'll make sense when I put it back together. How was school? Boring? Doesn't she look naked as hell? I'm just so nervous all day. I've just been like, I hope I don't forget where this goes. Just slide that right through. So now we can just let that, basically we're just gonna let it bleed itself till it's all gone. That way we don't have to deal with cleaning up brake fluid because it's a freaking mess. Oh, that one came loose. Okay, so now if we pull these through. Got it.
It's like a drone footage. Pretends a drone footage.
Should I just overlay a helicopter sound? Like the little drones? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, thank God, that took way too long. So I'm gonna just work on like taping up all these hose ends and everything that goes into the cabin. That way we don't get any water or anything in there when we wash it. And then Emerson's gonna start trying to clean this up. But once we're looking at this, dude, this looks like it's been painted like not only 10 times, but like this is 40 grit sandpaper. This should just be eating this. And it's just like nothing. On my foot. Why is my foot there? Oh, Jesus. Look at that rally stance. Holy. We should install a lift kit. Just looks like that. I like it. Just destroys the corner. Now that it's out, I just wrapped most of the wiring harness in a garbage bag. That way it doesn't get like wet or paint on it or anything like that. And then up here, I'm just gonna redo. The garbage bag was only that long, so I just gotta finish doing this part. But for the most part, like this is pretty much complete. So I just want to get all like the dirt out. Oh my God, dude, how did the garden actually get in here? Then I've remembered Emerson bought this stuff when we did his engine bay. He bought this engine degreaser. So this stuff is what we use when we cleaned out his engine bay, and it actually worked really, really nice. So I'm just gonna spray it all down and then like wipe it. Degrease this whole thing. Dude, look at that. That is so much better. Look at this firewall. I literally barely even rubbing this. Like the cloth is like not got dirt or like it's black, it's dirty, but it's not got like garbage in it. And look at this firewall just from rubbing it with this engine degreaser. Look at that. What the hell, dude? I can rub the paint right off. Definitely not good. That's not what I was looking for. I just wanted to clean it up. Dude, no! I'm rubbing paint up everywhere. Oh. And they either didn't put a lot of paint on that firewall or this stuff is way too strong if you leave it sitting for too long. It already looks so much better. It works so well, this stuff. Apparently too well. And it's weird because like that spot, the paint stripped off, but then the rest of the firewall didn't. And then like down here, the paint stripped off, but like nowhere else did. Like they paint the engine bays like with really, really thin coats probably when they're doing it at the factory. That's what it looks like at least. It looks like they like barely even hit the engine bay when they paint it. It sucks that some of it came up. That kind of changes my plans as to what I gotta do because I'm worried at this point that I might have accidentally started causing some of the paint to come off. So I'm gonna actually have to sand this. I wasn't really planning on sanding the engine bay. I was planning on just like, some people just literally hit it with a power washer and paint over top of the paint. Like they don't even sand it or anything, which is like cool. You guys can do whatever you want. But like, I don't want to paint over that because I'm scared it's just gonna flake off. And I'm gonna put all these coats of paint on and then they're just gonna flake off. And that seems like it would be kind of a waste. 800 grit and let's get moist. Look at these. Look at these little prints. Like I've been in a bath for like 4 hours. That's pretty much it. I'm just gonna, Courtney's gonna hold the camera because I don't wanna wash my hands. That's pretty much all we can do today. Like it's pretty much done. So yeah, I'm just gonna do what I was telling you guys, and tomorrow I'm gonna wheel it out, wash it really quick, put paint stripper on the valve cover, and then tomorrow we should be able to just paint all of this and start reassembling it, which is sick. I guess I didn't really need to sand it, but like it's weird how much came off. Like it actually kind of freaks me out how much of this red came off with just such a light sand. Like I used 800 grit, I was barely even sanding it, and that much came off. So imagine we did that on Emerson's car when we were doing it on the 240. We bought that to clean his engine bay. Imagine it did that to his engine bay. We would have lost our shit. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and stay committed. And thank you guys for watching, if you watched this far, because this video was probably really boring. At least it seemed boring on my end. All I did was sand and, I don't know, do stupid stuff all day. Bye.